Due to COVID-19 and the federal court cases, 2020 was a time of historic celebration encapsulated by historic loss for both our families and our tribal nations. We took our first family vacation since the pandemic began and hit the road in the summer of 2021. It had been a family tradition each summer to pick a part of the country our boys have not yet seen and to travel, by car, stopping at as many goofy and serious destinations as possible. Destinations have included emu farms, national parks, dinosaur bones, the grave of Billy the Kid, sacred sites where we respectfully engaged in ceremony and prayer, reservations where friends have opened their homes and welcomed us, world-renowned ice cream parlors, and impromptu rest stops when bathrooms cannot be located for what seemed like hundreds of miles. We canceled our trip during the summer of 2020 due to the coronavirus, but in 2021, with all of us except the youngest now vaccinated, we decided to drive from the Pacific Northwest through the Dakotas to the Muskogee Creek Nation Reservation. Our boys had not been able to travel home to see the Muskogee Creek Nation Reservation since the Supreme Court issued its historic decision in McGritt v. Oklahoma on July 9, 2020, announcing to the world that their nation's reservation remains in existence. While the import of this event may seem theoretical or academic, it is anything but that. Justice Neil Grouch began his decision in McGritt, proclaiming, "On the far end of the Trail of Tears was a promise. Forced to leave their ancestral lands in Georgia and Alabama, the Creek Nation received assurances that their new lands in the West would be secure forever. Today, we are asked whether the land these treaties promised remains an Indian reservation for purposes of federal criminal law. Because Congress had not said otherwise, we hold the government to its word." Less than 1 year before the Supreme Court issued its decision in McGritt, our boys lost their grandmother, and my husband lost his Mama G, our beloved Aunt Rich. She was the matriarch of our matrilineal family, and for our family, she was the last generation born speaking her Muskogee language and living a connection to Muskogee culture that the United States had tried unsuccessfully to eradicate. Just 4 months before the United States shut down and quarantined for COVID, and just 8 months before the Supreme Court issued its decision in McGritt,